are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Good morning. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here with you. 1019 Broadway Avenue. The Coach's Corner, powered by Explorers Credit Union. They're here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas break, or just wonderful holidays in general, including all of the teams that we cover and the coaching staffs and their families. I was able to catch up with 4 different coaches for the show here today. Coach Chris Haynes, Yankton Bucks basketball. Coach Matt Decker, Yankton Gazelles basketball. Coach Justin Olson, Yankton gymnastics. And Coach Robert Coyle, Yankton wrestling. That's all around the corner here on the Coach's Corner. Let's waste no time going to our break. I have to get up to Brookings, so let's do that now. We'll be back. We'll start with Coach Chris Haynes, Yankton Bucks basketball. Good morning.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm Bryce Ladwig. Yankton Bucks basketball in action here in just a couple of hours. The second game of the Gazelles Bucks doubleheader up in Brookings. Caught up with head coach Chris Haynes yesterday in preparation for that game, for our pregame interview, also for the Coach's Corner. Yankton Bucks, just like every team, coming out of the winter break. I wanted to know how the Bucks were feeling coming out of that break and a little preview on Brookings. Here's that conversation I had with Coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks. All right, joining us now, Coach Chris Haynes, Yankton Bucks basketball coach, using this for the Coach's Corner show as well as our pregame interview. So I want to ask, how was the Christmas break, not only for you and your family, but for the team? I'm sure they told you all about it when they came back from break. Was it a good holiday break?
Yeah, it seemed like everybody had a good Christmas, and just really important to take a few days off and away from basketball and spend some quality time with families. So, and then the boys came back and had some good practices, and hopefully that can translate over onto the floor and having a good game today.
Remind us, when were you allowed to have contact again with the team following the Christmas break to get practices, and then how are those practices been going?
Yeah, so the state mandates a moratorium of 4 days every year. So this year it fell on, the 23rd through the 26th, I believe it is. So the 26th, we couldn't do anything, and then we were back this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with 3 practices, and got a couple lifts in with Coach Rosie, and now getting ready to tip it off here against Brookings.
All right, speaking of Brookings, sitting at 1-3 on the season, they're coming off a 55-41 win over Douglas prior to their Christmas break. So, Coach, as we always do, kind of give me a quick team preview of what you know of the Brookings Bobcats.
Yeah, they got some players back from last year. 3 or 4 juniors that played a lot of minutes for them, and then they also got in 2 transfers. So they have a really experienced team, and one of the transfers, 6'8" kid, who's extremely athletic, can shoot a three, can post up, can put the ball on the floor a little. He's very versatile. And then new coach this year, and so his son is also on the team, and he's a sophomore, 6'2" kid, doesn't look like a sophomore, doesn't play like a sophomore. You can tell he's a coach's kid because he's really smart and he can really shoot it. So, you add those two components in with all the experience they had from last year. And Brookings is a team that is much improved, and you can see that from their scores. I know, only the one win, but they've been very competitive in the other games and play with some good teams. So we got our work cut out for us again today, Bryce, and going to have to play well up here on Brookings home court if we want to stay with them.
Well, the schedule's about to get crazy, as it does always following the Christmas break, and we'll be here for it, Coach. Always appreciate you taking the time. We'll talk to you in the post game, all right?
Sounds good. Thanks, Bryce.
Again, special thanks to Coach Chris Haynes for joining me on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Yankton Bucks basketball following the Gazelles basketball on KYNT Plus and KYNTV later this afternoon. Let's take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
I am Juan Francisco Duarte, and basketball allows me to show my adventurous spirit. Right after graduating Mount Marty, I was selected to be part of the national basketball team for Colombia. Here, I think, is a great opportunity for me to expand, grow, and also help others to adventure in their journey.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
There are a lot of rates out there, and it can be tough to find the right one. Well, let's make it easy. With FNBO's special offer CD of 5.5% APY for 3 or 7 months, you can earn more, save more, and do more. That's 5.5% annual percentage yield for 3 or 7 months with a minimum deposit of $500 and an FNBO Premier checking account. Give your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank. FNBO, member FDIC.
Wherever you are in life, you've got plans. You need health insurance for today and for the future. You need Avera Health Plans. Coverage that connects you to community resources, fitness center incentives, and health coaching. You need a health plan that provides solutions for your business and for your family. Learn more at averahealthplans.com. Avera Health Plans, moving health forward.
This is the Coach's Corner. Good morning, Bryce Ladwig here. I was able to catch up with Coach Matt Decker yesterday, Yankton Gazelles basketball, in preparation for the pregame interview, but also for the Coach's Corner, obviously. Yankton Gazelles coming out of their Christmas break with a 2-3 record, looking to improve on that in Brookings. Gazelles have lost 3 straight, but are also playing some of their best basketball in the last couple of years. It is very fun to see. But here's that conversation I had with Coach Matt Decker, Yankton Gazelles basketball. All right, joining us now, Coach Matt Decker, Yankton Gazelles basketball. Coach, first of all, I want to say happy holidays to you and your family. How was the Christmas break for the coach?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Fun to kind of take some time to get together with family and, kind of reflect on the year and, especially the basketball season as we get through about 5 games here. Kind of nice time to sit down with family and reflect.
And there's a 4-day moratorium with the team, right? I think that's what I heard, 4 days?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And then, so you would have started practice back up on the 27th? Is that correct?
Yep, exactly. We took the 22nd off all the way through the 26th, and then we started back bright and early at 9 a.m. on the 27th.
Well, how's the attitude of the team coming out of that break? It was a lot of conditioning, I'm sure, right out of the gate, coming off of all those holiday meals.
Oh, exactly. We got conditioning going right away early. The attitude was good. Turning a new leaf from Aberdeen, that's a tough loss for us. But we wanted to turn a new leaf, and I think we did a good job of refocusing our energy towards the next game, which is Brookings coming up here. But attitudes are great. It's easy when you got high character kids, and that's what they are. They're just ready to keep playing, and they just like playing together and having fun.
Well, we're pretty well removed from the Aberdeen matchup, so we won't talk about that too much. But unfortunately, I wasn't at that game, Coach. So I do want to ask you at least one question.
The Gazelles took a very good Aberdeen team to overtime, and Claire Tereshinsky went off for 31 points. Mason Drossman added 15. Together, that was 86% of your scoring. I'm sure, was that the way you drew it up, Coach?
Well, we knew we had to get Claire and Macy going right away early. Reflecting back on the Sioux Falls, Washington game, even before that, we knew that Macy has to score points for us. And she, we kind of strategized versus Aberdeen on ways that she can do that and ways that Claire can score for us too. And so we executed pretty well with those two, but for some of the others, coming off the bench, even, they had tough nights up north in Aberdeen, which, some of those ladies are going to have, their good nights and their bad nights. But, we kind of took time over Christmas break to kind of reemphasize that we want as many people scoring as possible. And, I think that the more people that we can get scoring off the bench even is going to help us a lot.
Well, Brookings, Coach, the Bobcats, a team that just now found their first win, kind of finding their footing on the season, so to speak. What can you tell me about this Bobcats team that we're going to see?
Well, they're a team that plays well together, and they had the trip out to Douglas, and they took a win from Douglas, and they're hungry. They're hungry just like us. So I think it's going to be a competitive game, and they're going to be ready to play some basketball. And going up north, it's always competitive, and it's one of those things where it's the holiday break, so we want to force a lot of turnovers, and I'm sure they're kind of planning on doing the same thing. But we have very similar teams, as far as personnel. We're led by 6 seniors. They're a little bit younger, but I think that as far as physically, we are kind of in the same boat between our Gazelle team and the Bobcats.
Thanks, Coach Decker, for always taking the time to join us, whether it's on the Coach's Corner or for pregame interviews, postgame interviews. He's always willing to make the time, and we love talking Yankton Gazelles basketball. Best of luck to them up in Brookings here in about an hour or so, almost 2 hours. Find that on KYNT Plus and KYNTV with myself. Take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Vision Care takes pride in the products we offer. That's why we offer a wide range of stylish and protective sunglasses from your favorite brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and luxury brands like Fendi, Gucci, and more. Our experienced team will help you find the perfect pair of sunglasses to fit your face shape, your style, and your budget. Protect your eyes and look great while doing it. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
This is the Coach's Corner. I was able to catch up with Coach Robert Coyle yesterday at the Pizza Ranch phone line, talking Yankton wrestling. also coming out of the winter break. And wrestling's always a little bit different with the weight cutting. And I think of holiday meals, well, because I'm always thinking about food. So it's pretty much where my mind is always at. But I had a lot of interesting questions, I felt, for Coach Robert Coyle. Let's jump into that conversation I had. Yankton Wrestling, Coach Robert Coyle.
All right, let's start talking Yankton Wrestling. Join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line, Coach Robert Coyle. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're recording this on a Friday, and Coach, coming off of Christmas break, I hope that you and your family had a good break from everything, a good holiday break, and the team as well. Much needed rest, right? To kind of put the season on hold and kind of split it into two different seasons, right?
Absolutely. It's always good to have that break for the kids. They've been working their tails off every day, throughout November and December. It had a lot of meets, and that could be hard on the body. Definitely had some, not injuries, but kids, needing to rest a little bit. So it helps, having that break to have everybody come back. And then, us as coaches, we have a little break, and then we're able to reassess and go over some things. And kids, we start practicing on the 26th again, or the 27th again. So, being able to, ease back into it, have some good hard practices, but then really take our time with some of the techniques and stuff has been great these last couple of days.
Yeah, I was going to ask when you were allowed to have contact with the team again, but you just answered that. So instead I'll ask, was there a lot of rust coming off of a break? Do you have to do a lot of conditioning the first couple of days?
Yeah, I think there always is. I think wrestling shape, I played football and wrestled throughout high school and stuff like that, and there was always a very different, wrestling shape's just very different, and you notice when you have those days off or you don't do as much. And so coming off of a 4-day break, definitely there's always, they're still in really good shape, but they weren't in quite wrestling shape again. So it's always good to get them back and knock off some of that rust, like you said. And, for practice, we're able to slow down the technique where they get it. But then, when we get to that live and conditioning, working a little extra hard, trying to separate themselves, from the rest of the state and stuff like that.
Coach, how does the team handle weight going into a Christmas break? Because I know there's a lot of good food on the table and stuff of that nature. Is there a weight allowance, or how does that work with the Activities Association?
So after Christmas, the South Dakota High School Athletic Association for growth gives a 2-pound growth allowance. So that's kind of their Christmas present. Is they, if a 106-pounder was wrestling 106, now the rest of the season, technically they can always weigh 108. So our 6-pounder, Damian Janish, he's pretty happy to have that 2 pounds. He told me he's probably never going to weigh 106 pounds again. So that's kind of their Christmas present. It allows them to grow. Now, obviously, I know it's a stereotype wrestlers don't eat, and sometimes, that is the case. But, a lot of them are really smart with what they eat, and they can still eat. But, those extra 2 pounds are huge, especially for those, a few guys on our team that are cutting some pretty good weight. That helps out. That's a whole other meal they can have. 2 pounds of water or whatever, make them feel better, make them feel stronger too before they compete. So yeah, that's kind of their little Christmas present.
Well, that's a good Christmas present, right? So the first competition for Yankton out of the break, January 4th, that is at Yankton High School. And just how special is that? Not only to come out of the break, but also to have it as a home meet at the Summit Activities Center. That's just extra exciting, right?
Absolutely. It's also going to be, we're also going to do our senior night Thursday. So I'd invite everyone to come to that and support, our 3 seniors. We have Dylan Sloan. He's been, I've only been here for a year, but when I first met him, I could tell he was somebody that was big into wrestling, loved it. Community loves him. So then we got Monica Massey and Chase Howe as well. We're going to, they're all going to be wrestling. It's going to be a special night for them and their families, of course. So really want to get everybody we can there to support them and recognize them for all they've done for Yankton wrestling for sure.
And against Harrisburg and Mitchell, some classic ESD stuff going on there. So excellent opponents as well. Hopefully just a really excellent night of wrestling. As you said, senior night. And you just love to see that community support at the Summit Activity Center. So I urge everyone to head out there and support Yankton Wrestling. And Coach, as I said, I hope you had a good Christmas break. That will be it for this week's conversation, because we don't have a lot of competition to talk about, but that will change in the coming weeks. So happy holidays to you and your family and to the team here from KYNT. And we'll talk to you next week, okay?
Yeah, you too, Bryce. Appreciate everything you guys do for us.
Thanks, Coach, for taking the time here on the Coaches Corner. And best of luck to Yankton Wrestling as their season ramps up yet again. Take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coaches Corner. Good morning.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to sit and visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time to call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
It's that time of year again, and Yankton Rexall recommends that you protect yourself from the flu bug by getting the flu shot from their pharmacy. Stop by anytime Monday through Friday and receive your seasonal flu shot. No prescription or appointment necessary. They will even bill Medicare or insurance for those eligible. Stop in and get protected from the flu bug this season. Celebrating 100 years, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Yankton Rexall.
All under one roof. Your medical team at Yankton Medical Clinic includes 43 physicians in 18 specialties. All under one roof, they offer a full-service laboratory, imaging center, pharmacy, and ambulatory surgical center. All under one roof for your convenience for over 75 years. The physicians and staff at Yankton Medical Clinic wish you a healthy, happy holiday season. They are thankful for the support of their communities and look forward to serving you in the year ahead.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials and see how we can help with your printing needs.
This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson, along with Doctors Jim and Sheila Fitzgerald, Jay Fitzgerald, TJ Stotes, and Matt Erlinson, and our entire staff at First Chiropractic Centers. We wish you a holiday season full of joy, blessings, and good health. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your loved ones throughout this past year. We look forward to continuing our dedication to providing safe and effective chiropractic care. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Medicare coverage is not a one-size-fits-all coverage. Do you like to travel? Are you wanting to spend your winters down south? Or just spend some time with your grandkids? Make sure you choose a plan that fits your needs and will travel with you. Visit Julie at Missouri River Associates to review your upcoming Medicare or your current needs. That's Julie at Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Let's turn our attention to Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. The gymnastics team also coming out of their moratorium, their Christmas break, caught up with Coach Justin Olson yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line, getting us all caught up on everything Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. Here is that conversation.
All right, let's start talking Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. Coach Justin Olson joins us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Coach, hope that you and your family had a wonderful holiday break. Did the kids get a bunch of presents?
They got some practical presents because, at this point, they seem to have everything. So we either do a trip to solve that problem, or we do some practical stuff, and we didn't go on a trip this year. So, yes, presents it was.
All right, that's excellent. Hope the entire team also had a good holiday break. We talked last week about just kind of the prolonged break from competition, and your next competition, January 6th, that's at Brookings High School. So still some more time to go until that time. Coach, when do you start practicing with the girls again? Kind of what's that timeline like again with contact with the girls?
So there's 2 moratoriums built into the schedule by the South Dakota High School Activities Association, and one obviously is this Christmas break. So we couldn't have any contact with the athletes until after the 26th. So we ramped right up on the 27th, and have been going steady here up until school kicks up again. So we're in the gym working hard, cleaning up some things, adding some new skills, and it's going well.
Is it kind of always 2 seasons with gymnastics, because the winter break kind of right in the middle there, you have the beginning of the season, and then you have the big break, and then you have the second half. You kind of have to look at it like it's kind of 2 seasons in one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we want to come out of the gates, kind of firing on all cylinders, but also know that, it's a long season and it's a grind, and especially, physically and mentally on the girls. So our philosophy is just kind of ease into our meets in the December time, and then hammer our Christmas break, and then come out running at a high voltage, if you can say, into the January meets, and then that'll lead right into the postseason, and hopefully we are electrifying the judges and the crowds at the postseason meets when they do come up.
Your next 2 competitions are at Brookings High School. You have the Invitational, as we mentioned, on the 6th, and then a triangular just 3 days later on the 9th. I guess I should ask, how is Brookings High School with hosting gymnastics? Kind of how do the Gazelles feel competing there?
Yeah, it's always, they have a great facility. It's, they get into their gym. They have a pretty big main gym there, and it's always spread out so we don't feel like we're on top of each other. And the competition is always good at that Brookings Patty Jurgensen invite up there. And then, of course, we compete, I believe, against Brookings and Harrisburg again that following Tuesday. So, competition can be good. Brookings is one of those teams where they had a really good season last year, and they have a lot of girls back. So it gives us a good chance right away to kind of see where we're at. But even before that, with the Jill McCormick, we have Madison is usually up there, and then the Sioux Falls schools as well. So that one turns into a good preview of and a good test to kind of see the changes in the routines and see how it's scored, because it's double judged up there in that invite. So you have 2 judges looking at the routines and giving you feedback. So it's a good one to get back into the groove with. And then, we just keep on rolling. So it's fun. The JV doesn't get to go because it's an invite, but, they'll get their action starting back up on that Tuesday.
Coach, I'm looking at your schedule right now, and it really reminds me of like a roller coaster. So you have the beginning, you're doing the climb, right? All the competitions, and then you get to the very peak. That's kind of your winter break. And then I'm looking at these dates during the back half of the schedule, and it is going to be a rush to the finish line. You got a lot of competitions coming up in a shorter duration. So as you mentioned, I hope the girls are rested and everyone's mentally ready to go, because the schedule is going to get very, very busy.
Yeah, that's why we put a lot of emphasis on, being present at Christmas break and whatnot. We want the girls to enjoy their families and the holiday break. But, just kind of like any other winter sport with, basketball and wrestling, we got to get back and do some things, because we have competitions rolling. Basketball has a game stuck in there, and so it's one of those things where we just got to be ready. And in between those meets, if we're going two meets a week, there's not a lot of times to add skills or clean up skills, but it goes fast and furious though. And that's kind of what we got to be prepared for.
Well, I'm looking forward to talking to you throughout the rest of the season, Coach. Again, I hope that you and your family had a wonderful Christmas, and to all of the Gazelles gymnastics team as well. I guess next time we'll actually have some competition to talk about. So other than that, I just wanted to get kind of a pulse on Yankton Gazelles gymnastics and just get ready for the rest of the season to unfold. Thank you so much for joining us.
You bet, Bryce, and happy holidays to you and your family as well.
Special thanks to Coach Justin Olson for joining me on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Always appreciate him talking Yankton Gazelles gymnastics. That season is about to get rapidly busy. That is for sure. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials and see how we can help with your printing needs.
This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson, along with Doctors Jim and Sheila Fitzgerald, Jay Fitzgerald, TJ Stotes, and Matt Erlinson, and our entire staff at First Chiropractic Centers. We wish you a holiday season full of joy, blessings, and good health. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your loved ones throughout this past year. We look forward to continuing our dedication to providing safe and effective chiropractic care. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Medicare coverage is not a one-size-fits-all coverage. Do you like to travel? Are you wanting to spend your winters down south? Or just spend some time with your grandkids? Make sure you choose a plan that fits your needs and will travel with you. Visit Julie at Missouri River Associates to review your upcoming Medicare or your current needs. That's Julie at Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
All right, this has been the Coach's Corner. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Remember, you can find this archived early next week on our SoundCloud. Just go to our KYNT website, go to Audio Archive, or of course, you can just go right to the KYNTV YouTube page and rewatch/listen to it right there. Yankton Gazelles and Bucks basketball in Brookings, 11:30 a.m. pregame, 12 o'clock tip. You can watch right on KYNTV with myself. If you want to listen, it is not on KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Mount Marty basketball will be on the air. However, you can find the radio broadcast of Yankton Gazelles and Bucks basketball on KYNT Plus. Just go to the KYNT1450.com website, go to the Sports Zone, or just click on Sports. You really can't miss it, and find KYNT Plus. Or you can go to your mobile app, and it is an option on there once it flashes up all the different stations here at Riverfront Broadcasting. So go to the KYNT app. It'll ask you to select a station, scroll down maybe. It's right there, KYNT Plus. That will be where you find the audio version of the game. Hope to talk to you later. This has been the Coach's Corner. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you later from Brookings. This has been the Coach's Corner. I'm Bryce Ladwig.